This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. And let's talk about the evening of June 18th. You're in Philadelphia at the Civic Center. It's you and Tully losing the Sting and Nikita by DQ. You got 5,900 fans there. Flair and Wyndham go to a no contest with Dusty and Luger. And it's noted that all the Horsemen did an autograph signing before the show. And this is an interesting time because there's still a little bit of, people still believe, right? And so here you are as the bad guys doing an autograph signing and trying to make sure people come see the show, but at the same time, stay in character. That's got to be a tall ask in the 80s here, is it not?
Well, Philly, they loved us anyway. There was no there's no fixing it.
Yeah.
We were the baby faces, unless it was, the Road Warriors. If you're fighting the Road Warriors, forget it. Philly's a tough town, but there's some tough characters running around there, and they're a great sports city. But hey, once we turned them and we got them in bed with the Horsemen, they stayed there. So I think that was probably the only autograph session I recall ever doing.
Let me mention too, it worked. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, why in the world would the Horsemen do an autograph signing, especially if Arn's saying it was the only one? Here's why. That same night, the WWF ran the Spectrum. Now, I want to remind you, the NWA here in Jim Crockett Promotions drew 5,900 fans. The WWF drew 4,188 fans. Their top two matches were Andre the Giant and Jim Duggan, and of course, Brutus Beefcake and Honky Tonk Man. But they still had all their cards being advertised monthly on the Prism cable channel. So it feels as if, based on location and the foothold they have with TV, man, this should be their town. But you advertise a little Horseman meet and greet, and sorry, Andre, take a back seat. It's pretty cool to think about you guys beating the WWF head to head like this in '88, right?
Yeah, big time, but hey, we won them over. We brought them blood and guts. They were bringing characters, cartoon characters and snakes and, birds on people's shoulders and lunch boxes and ice creams. And, they were pretty diverse in their approach, which, as we know, was very smart. We brought them something else, blood and guts.
And it worked. It worked in Johnson City, Tennessee, too. You guys did a matinee TV taping there on June 19th. And in one of the dark matches, you and Tully would lose to the Road Warriors by DQ. In Montgomery, the next night, it's you, Tully, and Flair losing the Sting, Brad Armstrong, and Dr. Death. And remember, Alabama is Armstrong company or country. So that really worked. June 22nd, we're back doing Atlanta TV. It's going to be you and Tully beating a couple of fellas named Joe and Tony. The next two nights in Nashville and Charlottesville, Virginia, it's you and Tully taking on Sting and Nikita, and then Sting and Dr. Death. Who do you think was the better partner for Sting, at least for you and Tully back then, Nikita or Dr. Death?
Oh, God, that's a good question. That's pretty deep there, Conrad. Well done. Well, either way, Sting sold and gave the other guy the tag, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Would it be the way I would structure it today? I don't know if that was the way it was structured. They were kind of like the same. Nikita was a big rugged guy. He didn't do a lot. He certainly was not a drop kicker or anything like that. Same thing with Dr. Death. He was a powerhouse. I would say that either one of them, but if I got to give the nod to one, maybe Nikita would have made a little more exciting comeback. He had more tools than Doc did. Does that make sense?
Totally. Makes total sense. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.